Well, hello, good morning. Welcome back. This is Tuesday. I know it's not Monday, but we had a sneaky day off yesterday. So welcome to a whole new week. This is the first day of my week. I'm just going to move my paper cutter down so that we got some space. A 2-in-1 again today, I think. I've wanted to do another project from the wonderful book. And I have earmarked a couple. This suitcase one I do want to do, but that's not what I'm planning for today. What I am planning, oh, that's not what I'm planning for today either. Now, last time we did this one, and today I'd like to do this one. I love the idea of these old photographs hanging on, well, like vintage wallpapers, really, that kind of thing. There's some more over the page here in black and white, only instead of obviously using the photographs, they've used paper dolls, but I want to use photographs. And to aid me in that, I have got, I've been cutting this one around, as you can see, but I have purchased the fantastic photo kit from Louise Heinzel. That one's a double, printed that one twice for some reason. I just think they're lovely. They are all this same square. Some of them are really whimsical, little boy with his teddy bear. Others are more serious, but I just love them, and they are just a great look at life. It's another teddy bear there. I'm partial to a teddy bear. They're just beautiful. And this is not all of them. There's many pages and lots and lots. And I love that one. Waiting to go somewhere on the station. Just as a side mention, I have printed these out on Navigator 120 coloured document paper. I get this at my local supermarket, surprisingly enough. Put that up out the way because we've already printed them. And then I've been through my supplies and I have found various scrapbooking papers that I would like to use as my wallpapers. So I've got this one, which I think is quite, you know, dingy, and that would be great. I've got this lovely stripe one, which was a little bit reminiscent of this one. And then I recently purchased this, which I think is awesome. So we could use some of this. And when I purchased this one, I also purchased this one because I thought they worked well together. The only sad thing is, this one won't work particularly well for this unless I cut the white border off. So I don't know if I will actually use that one, because obviously the white border won't go all the way. Maybe that doesn't matter, we'll see. So I've got 4 backgrounds there that I can work with. I've got all of these images that I can choose from. I think I'm definitely going to do the station. Love the man going somewhere at the station. So I'm going to cut this one out like that. And because they're all squares, they're all sort of lined up, so it makes it really easy to cut them out without damaging the ones around it, if that makes sense. So we've got the station, and actually I like the little girl with a balloon as well. So we'll have her. I am a dog person, as you know, but I'm not going to go for that one. That's that one. Okay, what have we got on this sheet? I'm not really a horse person, so that doesn't overly appeal to me. But I do love the teddy bear. And for some reason, I actually quite like the look of this gentleman. So I think I'm going to go for those two. So, And this is obviously not printed correctly, has it? Because that bottom one is only 2/3 of a square, as it were. But we can always reprint that. So we're definitely having this teddy bear. And yes, I think we are. I've cut that short now, look. Wasn't concentrating, was I? I'm going to have this gentleman as well. There we go. So we've got 4 of Louise's lovely pictures there. And I've put that up out the way. Now, all of these pictures, oh, not that one actually, or that one, see, I'm lying. I was going to say they all seem to be in the centre, but they don't, which is interesting. So let's trim these up first of all, and then work out which paper goes with which teddy bear. Which teddy bear? See, it's because I'm looking at it. Which photograph goes with which background paper? You knew what I meant, even though I was talking gobbledygook. You knew exactly, didn't you, what I meant? We've had a bit of a thunderstorm here already this morning, and now it's gone back to being really, really warm again. I feel like I just want to trim a little tiny end off of that one. Okay, now, bearing in mind this man's going travelling, I feel like he should be on this one that's got stuff going on. So, travelling man and places. Whoops, I'll put that over there. And then we have got I'm going to put that one on that one. I think the teddy bear needs to go with the spots. Or does he? Does the teddy bear? He might actually need to go on there, you know. And then he can go on the spots. Yeah, that's where we're going. Right, so now what I want to work out is how big I would like my backgrounds in relation to my photographs. Now, obviously, if I go size for size, that is actually the same size as that photo, give or take. It's almost the same size as that one. You can see they vary. So, as the photograph is that size there, I think what we need to do is we need to measure how big this is. So, working in inches, because that's what I understand best, that is basically 4 by 5 1/4. So, it's almost postcard size. Okay. So we need to cut 5-inch strips, don't we? So let's get up the paper trimmer. We want a 5-inch strip, like that. So it's 5 inches tall, and then we want it 4 inches wide. And then our photo is going to go there, wherever, with some further decoration. So there are spares for another day. Now, do you know what? I think I might be random, and I might actually use the white edge of this. I'm not sure. If we go 4 inches like that, it does look like we've just cut the corner of a card off, and I'm not 100% sure if I like that. So if I now cut off the white around the edge. Little tiny bit more, Claire. So that we've just got the black, and I know that means we've now got a much thinner rectangle, but we are working to the beat of our own drum here, not somebody else's. That's much better, isn't it? It may be that we decide we need to trim some off, because what is it? It's now almost 3.5, yeah, by 6.5. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 5.5 and then turn it back round to the 5, so that we've taken, you know, a bit off each end. Now that is beautiful. So we've got that one, we've got all these pieces for another day, and I'm just going to keep going. Oh, they're all going to fall. Keep going basically. So here we want 5 inches, and then we want, oh no we don't, see, look, that was wrong, wasn't it? Because I don't want the stripes going across, I want the stripes going down. So if I do 5 inches there, and then we actually want 4 inches, I want the dark side though, 4 inches. See, concentrate on the way your pattern goes. That's that one. Actually, do you know what? I feel like I only want that, I want that narrower, and I know there's lots of bits of paper there, but I can use them for clusters. That's better. Okay, and then this one, we want going that way, so we want the 5 that way. And then I'm going to go a little bit narrower, so I'm going to go 375 on that one. And then we've got our traveller on there. I am wondering actually if this is a bit busy for it all. And that's the one that I cut wrong. But this one, that's on the other side, so I think maybe that's better on the wood, and then we could use some of this just to decorate. Right, there you go. So that's where we're at now. If we bring back in the magazine that we are working towards, we got lace on this one, a stamp, and some hole punches, and maybe some washi tape on that one. And we've got, I don't know, they little beads there. And here we've got lace and buttons. So my trusty lace box is here. I've also got a bit of this beautiful applique that we might be able to use, and I did have some black lace here. What have I done with it? Oh yeah, here we go. I've got some black like roses. In fact, you know, I really want to do this like flower swirl. I want to have a go at doing that with some fabric. But anyway, so we've got that. Oh, and actually that looks like it wants to be involved. And then maybe a little bit more sort of wide lace with some strings. So there you go. There's some lacy bits. I've got my trusty, whoops, Jenga tin of buttons, postage stamps. Well, I haven't necessarily got any old postage stamps, but I've got some medium old ones. I've got that postage stamp that I love. What else did we need? Maybe a bit of broken jewellery or something. I don't know if I've got anything like that to hand, but I have got these braids, or whatever you want to call them. I've got quite a few of them. My mum was on a mission at one point. Right, so let's have a look then and see how we can get on with this. Okay, buttons to the side there. Right, I want to look at this one first of all. Can you even see that? Yes, you can. I want to look at this one first of all. So, there's my stripy one. And that hasn't got any buttons in, so they can get out of the way for a minute. So I've got my stripy one, I've got my photograph, and then we want some kind of lace. Well, this is the edge of a scarf. If you've been on my channel for a little while, you will have seen this before, because I've used this many times. There's not much of it left now. I'm sort of wondering, don't know why I'm holding it up here, but if I can okay, and then we've got this nice rosy bit. So let's get the fabric scissors out. Really, you want like an embellishment, and I did have loads of embellishments on this, but they're sort of gone now because I've used it so much. But we could maybe use a piece of that across there. That might be nice, and we could put her in, say, there, and then maybe we could put one of the long dangles on there. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's cut some of this off first of all and see if this is going to work. See, and this is what happens. You come half prepared. You know what you want to do. You haven't quite got a plan of how you're going to get there. So let's move that not too far up, but I need to work on this, and ideally I need it flat. So I want you to be able to see it. I think you can see it there. So let me just double check, because there's no point if you can't see what I'm doing. Right, so this is going to sit central on this one. We're going to follow and do what they did, and we're going to do it central. And I think maybe that row of roses, not that one, this one, could be our underscore, as it were. This was actually a skirt from a charity shop, but I would really like to have a go at making some of these. I really would. So I think we need 3. So I think if we cut this one off, and cut this one off, we can get a little 3 of roses there. I'm going to do the straight edge at the top by the photo, and then the semi-shaped edge at the bottom. And then on these dangle bits, I'm wondering if we can chop off a dangle, and in the same way that she's got her, might have to go off centre actually, she's got her balloon, or do we want to do the other way round? Sorry, see, I'm just trying to make my mind up here. Do I want to put that there, her head there, and then do we want the long one that we cut of these roses to do? You see, you have to think for a minute. That's much better, isn't it? Okay, so I think that's our first one done. So I'm going to use glue stick for the photograph because it's, whoops, no, not, yes I am, because it's just paper on paper, that's fine. And I'm going to work it to the eye, so I'm going to go there, like so. And I feel like now I've stuck it down, that doesn't look square. So I'm just going to try and pick that back up. Yeah, we've done it. No, not them scissors. Naughty girl. Start cutting paper with them, there'll be no good, will they? It's funny because they're so heavy that when I pick them up, even if I don't look, I know that they are my fabric scissors, which is great. Right. I should have checked that it was flat. It was square before I put it down, shouldn't I? There you go. So there's our photo on our wall, as it were. We then want some fabric glue. And first of all, I want to put the dangle on. So the dangle's going there. And I want it to go basically all the way. So dangle there like that, and then we're going to put our lace across the top. Our rose lace across the top like so. Bring that one up a little bit. There we go. And I think if you was going to use these in a journal, you could lay it down on your page and then put a, well, don't cut the dangle, Claire, for goodness sake, and then put a frame round it, couldn't you? So you can lay it down on your page like that. I haven't got a frame to hand, but if you had one of those ornate frames, put a frame around it and really finish it off. Anyway, so there is our version of that one. Now, I think I want to work on this one with the train station man. My only concern is that this is such dark paper, whereas this one is much lighter. So I'm thinking we need to swap these around, okay? And they've got like a sort of Roman column there. Now I believe that there is some paper in here that, whilst it's not a Roman column, we've got these sort of eyes, and I think they'd be a great platform for him to stand on. So I'm going to cut out these eyes like so. We're also going to add a different, I was going to say fabric, but a different colour to it. Now I didn't necessarily want it to go the whole way, I only wanted it to be a short way. So I wonder if we only give her half an eye, as it were. Aye aye. Then we can stand him on here, on the edge, like so. And then I've got a stamp with my stamps. Right, a stamp and my stamps. Let's have a look. Do we want one stamp or do we want to In fact, these ones have already been stamped. Do I want to cut them out? Is that white's a bit bright? We could use the brown. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to glue this to about there. And obviously this paper is out of the magazine, so we only want half of her eye-ish there, like so. We'll cut that off, let that glue dry, and then obviously we'll be able to use that another day for something else. Ah, yeah, okay. Where's our picture? Our picture is going to go on there. So we're making this our own, but we're using this, you know, as major inspiration. So pop him, oops, pop him there. I'm just going to drink some of my coffee because my table's wobbling. Oh, there's a dog hair in my coffee. Typical. And I'll find it's going to splash over everywhere. Alright, we can then cut a snip off so that it looks like it's under there. I should have stuck it under there first of all, but I didn't think. And I don't want to try and peel it up and damage it. So then we're going to pop that on there. So it butts up to that. I am going to put my stamp over there. But what have they got up in that top corner? They got some Hessian and a bead. I don't know that I want to use a bead, but I've definitely got some Hessian in my box behind me. So let's find a little bit of Hessian. Look. Get rid of that. So we'll have a little bit of this. Cut that across there like that. And maybe we'll just pop that there. So I'm going to use glue stick and then a bit of fabric glue on top as well. And we're going to go for that curved shape because that means I can see the background running through both sides. And then we just trim off the Hessian. And then we use our paper scissors to trim down where that photo is marginally hanging over. There you go. Okay, so we're going to want our stamp here, and that side is blank, apart from the fact they've got holes in it. But I'm thinking the reason they've got holes in it is because they're putting it in some kind of binder, because they've all got holes in. But do you know what? I like the whole look. So I'm going to get my Zutter out and I'm going to pop that in there, make sure it's semi-central, and then I'm just going to give myself the holes in the middle, just because I think I love the look of that. Okay, so a bit of stray fabric come off there, and then I feel like there was something on there, so it's almost like it need, you know, something's being highlighted on there. And this is on a train. I could use one of these train tickets, but I don't like the colouring, if I'm honest. So I'm not going to use one of those. But I do, to the side of me, just happen to have a little bit of lace. So I'm going to pop that bit of lace just on the end there, like that. So we'll do a little glue line. We'll pop this there, because there's a convenient cut line, and that's just lifted that up. So now all that's left to do on this one is put a stamp on. So I've got black ink. Let's have a little, love this stamp, absolutely adore it. That's going to go there, like that. So it's stamped over the stamps, but also up the top there. So there's that one. Right, number 3. What have we got for number 3? This one. Now obviously they've done that with scrapbooking paper. I'm not sure that I want the scrapbooking paper. Not, you know, book pages. But having said that, see, I keep changing my mind, don't I? I have here a page from, oh, Baylis. Now that's interesting, because they look like a bailiff maybe, but we mustn't pull it squiffy because they've got it straight. So where is my tear ruler? Over here? No. Tear ruler over here. Let's tear this off. You see, now I had this, didn't I? So that I could put a bit on here. And what happened? I never did add it. And I think if I add it now, perhaps that's what we should have put there as the platform, what he was standing on. Oh well, these things happen. So that's spare, isn't it? I cut into that and I didn't need to. It is what it is, what it is. So I'm going to tear that. Whoops. And obviously tear it quite a bit more. Like so. Very old paper, very delicate, trying to be soft with it. Okay, so we're bringing in our wood. I'm working on this one. We've got our picture, which they've got to that side, which is quite convenient because I could put this there like that, put that there. He looks a little bit like a bailiff, doesn't he? And then I think if I find some dictionary page, bear with me a second. You can hear me rustling and rummaging. Right, dictionary page. So, and they've gone sort of diagonally there, haven't they? So if we could sort of like that, maybe that will go underneath. So if we go sort of like that, oh, I don't know if I want that set of words. Oh well, it is what it is. That goes there. he goes down there and that goes up there. It'll just break up the words because it's going in a different direction. Okay. And then what else might we like? What have they got? They haven't got anything, have they? They've just got different bits of paper. Oh, on this one they've got lace and buttons, haven't they? So maybe the bailiff. So maybe working on this one then, because they've got book page. And maybe the bailiff has gone to the button factory. Actually, I've got a story about a button factory. You know me and my stories. So years ago, my husband was working on an abandoned factory. Basically they were, well, he wasn't, but the people that had bought it were pulling it down to build something else. I can't remember what they were going to build now. I feel like I need a black or a yellowy one. He came home one day and he stepped inside the house and he said, can you help me unload the boot? And I was like, oh, we like that one, don't we? Unload the boot? What are you on about? And I went out to help him unload the boot, and to my amazement, he had, oh, that's sort of that yellowy colour, isn't it? That's handy. That was just in here. And there's a bit of that. Right, to my amazement, the car, and we've never had a small car, it's quite important to say that, was absolutely loaded down with boxes of buttons. Because, yeah, it had been a button factory, and when the people had abandoned it, don't know if they'd gone bankrupt or what, but they'd left a lot of stuff in situ. And the people that bought it were pulling the building down anyway, so they didn't want it, they didn't care. So yes, and that was awesome, and I did loads and loads and loads of craft and boot fairs with boxes and bags of buttons, because this was years ago and I wasn't journaling at the time. I did keep quite a few back, but nowhere near as many as we had. And one particular Sunday we were coming home from, I think it was a boot fair, and oh my goodness, somebody, I can't honestly remember who it was, I don't know if it was me or hubby or one of the girls, but somebody dropped the tray and there were literally thousands of buttons all up and down the driveway. I'm going to go right to the top with that, just so it overhangs that paper a little bit. Oh goodness, it took forever to pick them up. And if I remember correctly, part of the reason they were dropped is because it had started raining and we were unloading the car in the rain. So then they had to be washed and sorted out, and oh my goodness, what a nightmare. So then we can put this on there, sort of like that, without that bit of string, and then maybe even a bit of that on it. Yeah. And then we'll sort the buttons out, but we'll have some fabric glue for this. So yeah, there we go. My story of buttons. Put this cheesecloth down like that. You can see the colour, but not necessarily all of it. I'll wrap that in a bit of a circle. I need, where's my, what I need is my bone folder really. There you go. So like, stick that on there. Once you start putting your fingers in it, it all just sticks to you. And then for my buttons, I'm going to use this Yoo-hoo, the Oohoo. So we're going to go this one. Some of these may even be those buttons. I don't think so, because they were a lot more modern, really, looking. But love that one. Whoops. This is all gunging out all over the place, and now it's all over my hands. Love that one there. And then I'm not going to use that white one. I'm just going to use this lovely mother of pearl looking one and put it down the edge there. So they will dry. They dry enough to turn it over? I think so. So there you go. My story of the buttons. So that one, we ended up changing. That one has become that one. And now we've got our cutest teddy bear for this one. And I feel like this one is so decorated, a bit like that one, that we don't need to do anything to the background as such. So I'm going to put my teddy bear on the centre, on that side. They are obviously flowers, but they look like they could almost be paws. So I think I'm going to shift him in there just a little bit, because we got, yeah, I'm going to put him there. But I do think that I did have, so here I go, getting up again, a little bit of teddy bear fur over here. I'm sure I did, but who knows where it's gone. But I have got a bit of quilt. Nope, don't like that. I don't know what I've done with the teddy bear first, so we won't use that. But here's a little bit of lace. Oh, or we had this red ribbony. Nope. We're going to use this, I think. I'm just going to pop that on there. And then I'm going to pop the teddy bear. No, I'm not. I don't like that. It's a bit funny how you think you know what you're doing. Ah, we got some of this drop cloth. That might be what we're looking for. So let's have, and I've deliberately cut like a random shape. And we can put Teddy on there. And then in our like storybook, this could be a bit of Ted, couldn't it? It was all threadbare, you see? So we're going to go fabric, glue there, and it's got to sit about there. Okay, so there's our furless teddy that fell apart, as it were, and this is him before he fell apart. Isn't that lovely? Is that a lovely little story? You know I like to build a story. And of course, if I had one, what I could do now, I don't have one, sadly. Actually, I think I have got one, but I don't know where they are. I could put a googly eye up there or on here just to finish it off so that Teddy's googly eye was there with the rest of Teddy. I can't help it. You all know I'm a lunatic by now. Surely you should do. Anyway. So, there is that one. So, if I bring this down from the Somerset magazine, where we like to make sure that we get a few projects done, we've created our traveller, which is our reminiscence of that one. We've created, well, this actually reminds me of the film It, seeing that girl with a balloon. But anyway, we've created that one. We've got our cutest teddy bear for that one. And then we've got our rather nasty bailiff man over there. So, the inspiration came from the magazine. The photographs came from the lovely Louise Heisel. I hope you've enjoyed seeing that. Got some inspiration. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.